3 o'clock, technology outages are on the minds of many Americans tonight.
AT&T reporting cell phone outages, and now we are learning about a cyber attack against one of the largest healthcare tech companies.
Yeah, Change Healthcare, which handles orders and patient payments across the U.S., says cybersecurity issues were first noticed Wednesday morning on the East Coast. This then spread across the country, with pharmacies issuing notices that an attack on Change Healthcare was interfering with its ability to process patients' orders. The service outage is expected to end on Friday. The origin of the issue is still under investigation. We have reached out to Nevada's Board of Pharmacy to see if anyone is experiencing problems here.